make sure that you type it correctly. edu.sketchup.com. Okay. So once here, we're going to go here, sign in. Okay, so here we have to check up for our settings. We go to privacy and security, and then here we should select here pop-ups, and we are allowing so we're going to add the site for pop-ups, and it's going to be edu.sketchup.com. So we're going to add that one, and that's going to allow us to have SketchUp, to have pop-ups. So here we go. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to go continue. Here we're going to create new, and here's where we decide what template we're going to use. So here we have a couple of things. Here we have our home Google Drive. That's where we're going to save our sketches, and if we want to open something that we have saved to our computer. Right now we shouldn't have anything saved, so we're going to create new, and we're going to use architectural feet and inches for now. Once we have that, this is what we're going to see. So here we have some of the tools. So if you hover on top of them, you're going to have your selection tool or chooser, you have your eraser, your line tool. Now all these have shortcuts. So for example, for a line tool, we can press on your keyboard the letter L, and it's going to go there. If you want the chooser, you're going to press the space bar, and it's going to take you to this. All of them have shortcuts. And there are more tools here in the three dots. If you click on them, you're going to see more tools here. And usually here you're going to see the ones that you've used recently or that you use the most. So sometimes you're not going to find all of these here because these might change or rotate according to what you're using. Very important area here on your bottom right corner, you have your measurements. So here's going to be the measurement of whatever we are drawing. We can change it here without clicking here. Don't click here. When you draw something, just type the measurement here without clicking or anything here. Here we have another menu that it's very interesting that we're going to use here. We're going to use scenes. So right now I'm going to click on scenes, and I'm going to go to standard views. So here in standard views, I have top, front, right, back, left, bottom, and isometric. You guys know what isometric is. So to start, it's always a good idea when you're starting a new sketch to start from a top view like this. And then I can reduce this back and I have a top view. So remember here we have our coordinates. We have our Y, our X, and our Z coordinates. So this is a 3D model. So it's not just two that would be X and Y, but we have also a Z. So right now we're looking from the top. So I'm going to select my rectangle tool and I'm going to click here in the origin where they meet, and I'm going to click and I'm going to let the mouse go or your trackpad go, and I'm going to just open and click. It doesn't matter. You can see that at the bottom right you have your dimensions. Right now it doesn't matter. I'm just going to click there again to finish it. And before I click or do anything else, I'm going to type. Very important. Before you do anything, I'm going to type 2 feet. What is the abbreviation for feet? It's the apostrophe. So 2 apostrophe, comma, 2 apostrophe. So that means that I'm going to have a square that is 2 feet by 2 feet. Once I type that, I press enter or return on my keyboard. And now this is 2 by 2. If you make a mistake, you can always press Control Z to delete or to go back, undo. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to press the rectangle tool. I'm going to go to the origin. I make one click and I let go the trackpad or the mouse. Then I expand, and it doesn't matter what size. I'm going to click again. And now without clicking anywhere else, don't click anywhere else, just start typing 2 feet, comma 2 feet. Enter. And you have that. So now I'm going to go to scenes again, and I'm going to have an isometric view. So as you can see now, I have this isometric view of a square that I made. So now I'm going to select the extrusion or push-pull tool, and I'm going to notice that when I hover on top of the square that I just drew, the face of that square turns like it has little dots, little blue dots. Remember that this is called face. These are called edges, and the corners are called endpoints. So I'm going to go to the push-pull tool. I'm going to pull up for 2 feet. So I just click once. I start moving my trackpad or my mouse without clicking. And then wherever I want to finish, I'm going to click again. Now, since that's not the measurement I wanted, the exact measurement, I'm going to type it. Notice that feet is the apostrophe and inches is the quotation mark. So right now I have 2 feet, 4 inches. But I want it to be 2 feet, so I start typing 2 feet, 2 inches. So 2 apostrophe, 2 quotation mark. No commas because it's not two-dimensional. It's just one dimension that I'm going up. Once I have that, I press enter or return. And now this distance is 2 feet, 2 inches. So now I have a cube, or something like a cube that is 2 by 2 and 2 and 2 inches up. Now, I'm going to use the orbit tool, which is this one, or I can press O on my keyboard, and I'm going to hold the trackpad or the mouse so I can look at the bottom of this square, of the cube that I just made. I'm looking at the bottom of it. So now with the extrusion tool, I'm going to push it up for 2 feet. 2 feet. What do I have left? A 2 inches flat surface there. 2 inches thick and 2 feet by 2 feet. Okay, now from there, I am going to zoom in You can do that. If you have a mouse with the wheel or with your trackpad, you can move. Oops. Control Z. Control Z always undo if by accident I touch something. I was with the wrong tool. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to go to a scene where I see the bottom part. I'm going to go to bottom view. So this is the bottom view. What I'm looking at right now is the bottom of what I made. So I'm going to use this tool that looks like a measuring tape measure. It's actually called like that, and the shortcut is a T. What this does is it makes guidelines. So I'm going to select the guideline from this edge, from the edge. So make sure that it says from the edge, not from the midpoint. Notice that automatically it tries to help us and it tells us here's the midpoint. I don't want that. I don't want to do it from the midpoint. So anywhere that is not an end point, anywhere that is not a midpoint, I'm going to click and pull down. And I'm going to click again, and now I'm going to type 2 inches. 2 inches. So now the guideline is 2 inches from this edge. I'm going to make another guideline here, 2 inches from that edge. And I'm going to do that in all 4 sides, 2 inches from all the edges. Once I have that, I'm going to make, with the line tool, I'm going to make squares here on each corner. So notice that I'm going from intersection to intersection to intersection. Then I do the same here, intersection to intersection to intersection. And I do the same on all 4 corners. Make sure you're going from intersection to intersection. Then I'm going to orbit using my orbit tool. I'm going to orbit a little bit so I can see this view. So I want to see the rectangles that I just made, but I also want to see these other 2 sides. So with my push-pull tool, I'm going to push these. Notice that because I made from intersection to intersection, now they're closed. So if I select the little squares that I made, I can select their faces without selecting the rest of it. If when you do this, it doesn't select only this square and it selects more faces, it means that you did it wrong and you have to redo and make sure that it goes from intersection to intersection. So I'm going to pull this, and if I wanted to reach the ground, how far should I go? 2 feet. So I'm going to type 2 feet, enter. And I'm going to do that with all 4 legs of this that I'm drawing. 2 feet. Now I can zoom out and zoom in, or I can use the orbit tool or the pan tool. Which one is the pan tool? It's this one. The pan tool is a hand, so the shortcut is an H. So I can do this if I need to pan instead of orbit. Then I select the push tool again, and I type 2 feet. So now I can go to isometric view. And that's what I have. Okay, right now it looks like a little table or a stool or something. We're going to make this into a chair. So you're going to follow the instructions on the next video to make this a chair. And remember that every year SketchUp changes a little bit, but the core is still the same.